Cheers. Well, welcome to the 2017 release party for ONYX. Although we're doing it virtually this year, we wish you could all be here. But we wanted to tell you a little bit about the year and the wine. I know 2020 has not been the year that everybody thought it would be, and 2021 starting off somewhat similar. So we wanted to bring at least a little bit of normalcy to you through the ONYX release by doing this virtually. And so I can start off with telling you a little bit about what the growing season was like in 2017, because 2017 was one of those very interesting growing seasons. Started off very, very cool with an extremely late bud break, almost 5 weeks after 2016. And so the vines got off to a very late start, had a relatively cool period in the early part of the growing season in May and June. And then things warmed up in the latter part of July and August, and the plants caught up quite a bit, where they were running about maybe 7 to 10 days later than typical by the time we got into the second half of August. At that point, the early varietals went ahead and picked, and the later varietals were then delayed a little bit because we had some of those forest fires come in up in British Columbia and send some smoke down high up in the atmosphere here, kind of blocking out the sunlight and just pushing a hold button on the vines and letting them just kind of sit there for a few weeks. As the vines sat there, we picked the later varietals about 4 weeks after the early varietals, which is really unusual. We typically rotate from one to the next pretty consistently through. So once again, we had this two-part harvest like in 2012 that my staff really loved, but we're unlikely to replicate on a yearly basis for sure anyway. So this two-part harvest gave us some interesting things. It gave us the early ripening varieties like Bordeaux, that's part of the ONYX blend, tend to have the expression of a lot of things in a warmer year, where the later ripening varieties like Cabernet, Petit Verdot, Cab Franc all tend to exhibit some of those traits of a cooler year, those longer palates, those deeper flavors, those sorts of things that we associate with some of the cooler years and the finesse that we get out of the cooler years. So the 2017 ONYX is a blend of those two. This ONYX is a blend of 64% Cabernet, 28% Merlot, 4% Petit Verdot, 3% Cabernet Franc, and 1% Malbec. This is the first time ever Petit Verdot has been at 4%. The percentages of Petit Verdot and Cab Franc tend to keep increasing, and the percentage of Malbec tends to keep decreasing as we go forward. For the advertisement part of the ONYX release, the 2017 6-packs and a wood box of ONYX are available through February 15th for $295 a 6-pack, including shipping throughout the continental US. So a great bargain. If you haven't got yours or you'd like another one, now's the time through February 15th to take advantage of that. Once again, we really appreciate your support. We really wish that we could all be here enjoying this together, but we're glad and appreciative of the opportunity to be able to interact and share a little bit of wine with you. So cheers.